Hello to a new unboxing video, this time with the album of the band MALLEUS and a vinyl of MOLLY HATCHET. Yeah, both on Golden Core 6 music. So I'm not responsible for this one. This is a reissue of a vinyl that was already released on Golden Core or on 6 several years ago. Now it's back again, and yeah, but MALLEUS is a brand new album, and yeah, what can I tell you about MALLEUS? Well, MALLEUS, I don't know how you say that in English. It's a pretty good word to say it all over the world. MALLEUS or MALLEUS, I don't care. Especially as long as you say the name of the band, because this is really something special. I was browsing through the web, I think it's many weeks ago, or months ago, and I was noticing that some new wave of British heavy metal bands upload some of their unreleased stuff on portals like Bandcamp, where you can download it in a good quality, also as a WAV files, because I hate and never use MP3s. Yeah, and on this hunt I found the band MALLEUS, and I thought, okay, that's cool. I checked out the first song and I really was excited about that. I didn't had a look at who it is, or I just thought, okay, that must be a gem that nobody knows so far, from maybe 81, 82. And I downloaded it, and when I noticed that I really love it, I checked out who is that band, and I saw a photo first, and I already knew, okay, I think I saw that band with a different name and in a different lineup before at some years back on a warm-up show for Brofest in Newcastle. It was in a little bar, and yeah, there was this guy that was introduced to me to the original bass player of Witchfind, Andrew Colton, and his wife already back then was on guitar, and I can't remember much of the show. There was a lot of Newcastle Pale Ales, what the name of that beer is, Newcastle, something like Newcastle Ale. So, but I remember that because I also took photos, and yeah, and then I thought, goddamn, this album is really cool. It's totally raw, it's totally unique, it's new wave British heavy metal sounding. There is some Hawkwind in it, but I don't mean this synthesizers or all this electronic stuff. I talk about the rocking songs, or at least rocking moments when they tend into hard rock, Hawkwind. Yeah, also there are not many changes within a song from this band MALLEUS, and this is also a little similar to Hawkwind, and I really love that. I mean, I love progressive stuff where every minute comes there is something new in the song. That's also cool. But on the other hand, if a riff is cool, and if the song itself is cool, I also enjoy it when it, let's say, I don't mean that any negative, monotone, you know, when it blows your mind, because it's always the same thing that is repeated for a longer time, and when on top of that are cool vocals, then I'm really fine with that. Yes, and then yeah, and there is, I think it was not me telling me, yeah, there's a little bit of garage rock in there too, the Stooges or MC5, at least this attitude and the sound of it. And then I noticed, oh yeah, that's really true. But there's also doom metal, classic doom metal, not doom metal in the sense of Candlemass or Solitude Eternus. I mean the old school doom metal, from Sabbath to, yeah, Witchfinder General, bands like that. And yeah, the vocals reminded me first, not, I wouldn't say because he sounds like him, but from the main attitude, that it reminded me of Scott Regis from St. Vitus, the first singer. In a review somebody wrote he sounds like Ian Astbury from The Cult, so everybody is finding something for himself or herself here. Yeah, though I contacted Andrew Colden on Facebook and told him, hey, I work for a record label here in Germany, Golden Core, and I'm very interested to release that album. Yeah, we came together pretty fast with that, and in the end he donated also 4 bonus tracks to that album that are really new wave British heavy metal and remind me a little also of Pentagram. It's was recorded in '84. The band didn't existed anymore at that point, but still it was recorded in those days. Yeah, he released that as a 7-inch, I think, very small number, and of course online. But now we have the 3 tracks plus 1 more, so 4 in total, as bonus tracks to that album, Your Nightmare Calls, which is pretty new. I mean, it's a new recording, it's no reissue. There was one review, I think, when he thought, okay, this must be a reissue of a classic new wave of British heavy metal album. No, it's new, and I'm really happy that the sound is like that. It's I'm pretty sure there will be some young kids or fans of bands like Sabaton, Blind Guardian, and what else? What do we have? They all have this perfect, not for me, but perfect, yeah, production with no little mistake, and everything is always here somewhere. This is totally different. This makes you think the band plays inside your living room, and that's the sound that I really love, especially when you turn it off. I mean, one of these modern productions works fine with your cell phone and the headphones in, or if you just have some music in the background. But this is a sound that makes most fun when you crank your stereo, and this is all you need, in my opinion. Yeah, that's yeah. There were some reviews already. Mostly they are all online, and yeah, most of them understood what this means, because there's another special thing, and this simply doesn't stop. And I hope they all will read, all the press guys will read the info sheet I wrote before listening to the album. Otherwise, I should kill them, because. Yeah, it's hard to explain that in English, but Andrew is not just a regular bass player. He sees that instrument a little different, in a lead role, but not like in Manowar, where you hear this, yeah, bass that sounds like a guitar playing some solos. He's using a special effect called Octaver, and with that his bass sounds totally different. And yeah, becomes a lead role. So sometimes you think you hear a guitar solo, but in fact it's a bass solo while the guitar is going on playing, and yeah, nearly gets the role of the role of the bass. And I mean, I think you know what I mean. It's really a little hard for me to explain that in English. So now the CD is ready. Just to make sure that everybody understands that this is something special, we also made a sticker in front on the CD, not on the CD but on the plastic around it. So in the end your CD will look like this. But for all the people that go to a shop or so and see that CD and have no clue what it is, here is everything that you need to know, and that you need to buy that album. Yeah. Oh yeah, here's the sticker again. We have a very nice CD. Here is a cool band photo that I worked a little bit with Photoshop to make it more gloomy. Yeah, then we have a booklet with all the information you need. Then yeah, Andrew was cool enough to write the story about the band MALLEUS. For example, that it was founded 1 or 3 days after he left Witchfind in 1981. So this is all in here. Then it starts with the lyrics. Also always with some photos on top of that. And yeah, here we have it. We have a short story in there too called Hellhound, and yeah, this is completely also for you to read as a bonus here in this cool booklet. Yo, that's what I can say about MALLEUS. Let's see if everybody understands why this album is genius, why this band is cult right now and not just in 20 years. I'm always fearing something like that, because many of the bands I really love, I loved them when they started in the 80s, and they got their problems because the press was not good and people didn't really understand it. And now, 20 or 30 years later, or even 30 or 40 years later, it's cult, and it's one of the most influential albums ever. I mean, I was in Manila Road and I know that how lonely I was feeling in the 80s as a fan of this band, because there was really nobody around me who really loved that band. Then I saw the press reviews. I think Open the Gates was okay, they Deluge too, but everything else in Metal Hammer and even in Rock Hard, oh, the hippies from Wichita are back, and now it's the same guys still writing for several magazines and yeah, calling Crystal Logic or Open the Gates one of the most influential albums, or St. Vitus. Who needs this band? They are so bad. I remember Thirsty and Miserable. The review was, I don't know if they are thirsty, but for sure they are miserable. Today this band is cult. They are booked on festivals as headliner on doom metal festivals. So don't make that mistake now with MALLEUS. That's what I want to say. I mean, of course, it's my personal taste that I love it, but if you don't check it out, you can't know it. You can't know if you love that too. So I think enough about MALLEUS. You don't see the cat here today, but she's here. Oh, yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah, there she is. Hello. Yeah. Okay, so we go back to the Molly Hatchet vinyl. So I won't talk too long about that, because like I said before, it was already released on Golden Core on vinyl also some years back. Now you can get it again. The only thing is I have no clue from which year this show is, and it's for me hard to say because I'm not a Molly Hatchet specialist. I just love this band. Yeah, I love heavy southern rock. My favorite band is Blackfoot. I'm sorry, but only the Animal albums, like I call them, and of course Highway Song Live. After that I don't need it anymore. Point Blank is one of my favorite bands, only the first album and a little bit of the second, then I don't need them anymore. Lynyrd Skynyrd, it's okay for me if they play it on a party, but not really. So Molly Hatchet is still one of the heavy bands of that yeah, style, typical American southern rock, and there's no album that I love from the beginning to the end. It's mostly individual songs, and I'm really happy that some of them are on that LP here. Especially my absolute favorite song of them is Beating the Odds, and this is on that too. I just checked it out again. I think I have the old version of that album somewhere here. The sound is really good. It's not much specials, but the vinyl is really heavy, so, and the cover looks like a Molly Hatchet cover should look like. So in the end, I can say, if you are into Molly Hatchet, you might need that, because the sound quality of that show It's really cool. It's something between crystal clear, but still the live feeling with audience and yeah, all that noise that is on stage. It's a good mix of that. Yeah, I think that's all I can say. Thanks for watching another Stooges Golden Core unboxing video, and yeah, I think the next one will be about the band Sudden Death from Berlin, because this will be our next release, and this will be really interesting, I can guarantee.